she's always been the outsider in all her life. No, girl, cry me a damn river. I'm so sick of hearing of your tortured life. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Lyf with Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for an America's Next Top Model, Cycle 24, Episode 12, Recap and Review. Beauty is a comeback. And I have came back, guys. I have been sick since last Thursday. You can probably hear it in my voice a little bit. I already had a heavy, like, tenor sounding voice, or alto maybe. And today I think I sound a little bit more baritone-ish, maybe bass. I don't know, whichever one, but I sound a little bit off today. So we're going to hop right on in to Beauty is a Comeback, or as Little J would so aptly describe it, beauty is predictable. This episode was pretty much predictable. Well, the girls are back at the house. They celebrating becoming top 4. You get to see Christiana's video playing. And just as I stated last week, she did amazing in that video. And it even showed on screen when they showed the whole thing. I really got something in my damn eye. Uh-oh. I don't know what that was about. Gina is gone. And Rio a little bit sad about it, but now she feel like, well, since Gina was her biggest competition, she really ain't got no other competition in the house, that she pretty much got this competition in the bag. You know, it kind of sets the stage to everything that's going to follow. You already know how it's going to go down if you watch America's Next Top Model on a regular basis. You know how it is. And Tyra Mail says that we have the throwback week. The viewers got to vote on what they thought was the most... their favorite challenge, and so they're gonna have to recreate that challenge this time. I actually could not think of a challenge that was so spectacular for me. But I can now. Like when they were walking down the roof of the building, I think that's when they had the girls and the guys. That one right there I thought was a bit challenging and crazy as hell, because they had some crazy ass shoes on their feet. And then there was one that they had to do, be submerged underwater for a long length of time. I thought that was pretty challenging as well. So, but they're going to do a throwback. And since I did watch the preview last week, like I said, I normally don't do that. I already know what the photo shoot is going to be, just based on that preview. And that's going to be the tarantula one with Eve, if y'all wasn't sure what that was, because that was the most talked about episode of Top Model history. And no matter what seasons that is always talked about, it's brought up in every country just about as well. So they head for the challenge, and I kind of feel like Kyla. I ain't never seen no ball pit around a runway before in a challenge. So what the heck is this type of challenge that's going on? Then Ashley said that they are going to recreate the bubble challenge. Remember when they had the doggone like little plank that they had to walk down? It was water flowing all over the doggone runway, and they had to walk in this big ass plastic bubble. People was falling and fucking themselves up. That challenge, that's the one they're going to have to recreate. That was a damn disaster. And I'm like, y'all people voted for that? Y'all cruel. Y'all are really cruel. And I'm trying to figure out when the hell was the vote. Because I'm on Tyra and them page on Twitter and Instagram, and I didn't see this call for this vote for us to vote on this. Okay, but okay, we're going to go for it. I'm kind of salty about that. Well, in addition to this runway challenge, another throwback is they're going to bring back old contestants. Now, they've done this before on Top Model, so I don't even know why the girls be like, oh my God, I can't believe they come back to take my spot. I've been here in this house for so doggone long, and I have worked for so hard. They do this often. They always bring back old contestants for the most part. I think out of the 15 years that they have been on air, at least 13 of the years they have brought back old contestants to compete. So it's not shocking to me. So when they brought it out and they said it was the ball pit, I was like, okay, cool. So at least they don't have the water covering the plank. They should be able to, actually see where the plank is at. So what's going to happen is the 4 out of the eliminated contestants that are coming back, 4 of them are going to get to stay for the entire week after the challenge. And at the end of the week, 1 of them are going to stay, and 1 of the original 4 that is there is going to lose their spot. They're going to get eliminated. And everybody is like, I'm not going to lose my doggone spot. I'm not going to lose my spot. Well, if these other 4 girls hadn't came back, you was going to lose your spot this week anyway. Like, let's be serious. It would have only been 3 of y'all left. So their whole thing is that I can't get eliminated over somebody else that's coming in. But yeah, and of course, Rio is the most hell-bent against the fact that she ain't losing her doggone spot in this house. So like I said, they already setting the stage for us to know what's going to happen in this show. Because she's talking too damn much. She's talking entirely too much. Well, the people who come back, White Girl Maggie, Ivana, Rianne, Cora, Liberty, Christina, Sandra, Aaron, and Gina. Who I would like to return. I think Jerry asked me this last week. I would like to see, it might not have been Jerry, it might have been Kimberly that asked me this last week, but I would like to see either Liberty or Cora return. I loved Liberty's look, especially when she went red. I thought her photos were just freaking beautiful. Cora, just her stage presence looked more like a model, and her walk was fucking killer. I thought she had one bad shot that was like, ugh. And it was the one that they photoshopped the mess out of her face on. Airbrushed the heck out of it. That's the one I was like, ugh. The one that sent her home. Yeah, she should have went home on that one based off that picture. But overall, Cora was a better model than a lot of the girls that stayed in this house. Rio says, you know what? I love Gina, but I hope she don't return because I don't want the competition. I ain't about that life. I can't deal with that. And I hope she ain't coming back for my spot if she do come back. So, or is that what she said? No, she said, I wouldn't mind if Gina returned, but she can't come back for my spot. That's what she said. So I said I would feel the same way, honestly. I wouldn't want any of them coming back to possibly take a spot that I hope that I can have. But like I said, if the 4 girls didn't come back, one of y'all was going home anyway. But dare I say that it was a little more hate than just her saying, I don't want nobody taking my spot type of situation. It was like a serious divine hate for Gina. And Gina came in like, hey girl, hey, what's up? You know, but Rio was she was a bit standoffish. More than a bit standoffish, you know. And Gina was asking, you know, how was the house and everything? And she was like, it's good. You just left yesterday. You ain't been gone that doggone long. And I'm thinking, yeah, she did just leave yesterday. So why today you have this whole new brand attitude to the person you claim was your ride or die, your best friend in the house? So, I mean, oh, you got this whole little new fucked up ass attitude. And if Tyler is still watching, I know Tyler's still watching. Hey, Tyler. Yes, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that these girls act like bitches. I know you didn't agree, and I still stand my ground on that. These women act like bitches, plain and simple. Whether it's acting or not, they can't be acting. They ain't that damn good of actors. They are not that damn good of actors. This is genuine bitch mode that these women exhibit. Okay, so anyway, especially towards your friend, that's fucked up, homie. That's real fucked up. Anyway, in this challenge, like I said, the 4 girls are going to move back into the house. And I'm like, what's the prize for the girls who are already in the house? Usually they get some type of prize in the challenge, but I guess, no, it doesn't matter about them this week. So Rio is up first, and came on. She's the designer, and she wanted them to be bold and have powerful walks and everything because of how out the box her costumes are. You know, her garments are. They're more avant-garde than anything. And Rio, she was like, she was walking on the water cover plane. I was like, what is going on? Like, she literally tiptoed down the dang on runway. Like, the garment was constricting her movement. And Gina was like, okay, I know I can do better than that. And I'm saying, see, they setting this stage for us. They setting this stage. Well, Stacey McKenzie, she is there, and she tells the rest of them, look, y'all ladies need to step it up. Step bigger, step stronger. Let's get it. So everybody seemed to be going in slow motion down this runway, very slow and calculated. Aaron gave the most poised at first and confident walk. So based off of that, I would give Aaron the challenge win. Christina, for sure. I thought that she did great as well. We didn't really get a good look at the other women because they brushed past him so quickly. It was like they edited out a lot of the stuff that we would actually like to see in order for us to make judgments ourselves, right? But because they made it a point to show Gina at first. I'm guessing maybe they're going to pick her as well. So I guess Aaron, Gina, and Christina that I was thinking. Like I said, since I didn't really get to see the rest of the girls, I don't really know how the rest of them really did. Well, they picked Aaron, Liberty, Christina, and Gina. Okay, so Liberty was the one we didn't get to see. For me, like I said, out of these four, I would want Liberty to stay. But since this show is predictable as hell, this episode, we already know that Gina is going to be the one that's going to come back. So Gina is feeling like Rio is being distant because she's always been the outsider in all her life. No, girl, cry me a damn river. I'm so sick of hearing of your tortured life. Cry me a fucking river. Rio is being a bitch because Rio is a bitch. Let's just put it out there on the table. She acting like you would have acted if you was in the house. So I don't understand how you don't recognize where this hate is coming from. That's exactly how you would have been. What do you call it? You being savage now. Girl, bye. Ain't nothing savage about you for real. Anyway, Christina comes in and Rio is like, no shade to you, but whoever comes back in the house, we gonna hate on you left and right. You know what I'm saying? Christina's smirk that she just had is just priceless to me. She was sitting there like, really, bitch? We already know you finna get eliminated. We already know this. Because they don't take this show twice. We already know. So that's the look that Christina had on her face for me. Shanice says that the winner should be somebody who deserves the win. You know, who deserves it. And to me, Christiana is the only one that's left out of them four who actually fit that bill. And I'm hoping and wishing and praying that Rio goes. I'm so done with her attitude. I'm so done with her lack of variety in her poses. Next on my list would be Shanice. Her attitude, I'm done with it. Her old regular smuggler looks, oh, she should have been gone way before any other ones who returned were eliminated. Way before them. But what I'm finding that I'm not liking about Christiana, and yes, I have things that I don't like about Christiana, is her desperate need to be friends with these fake bitches. I'm so sick of seeing her coddling their ass. And it's starting to make me think that this is who she aspires to be. I don't know. Maybe she finds their bitch attitude to be confidence and arrogance. No, their bitch attitude is really insecurities that they're showing. That's really what it is. So I guessed it, and I think we all guessed it too. They're going to recreate the spider shoot. The bonus is that they get to actually pose with Eva the Diva, as they have coined her. And $5 million worth of diamonds, baby. Shine bright like a diamond. Hey. So they are making the girls pose in pairs. One final four and one of the returning four. Christiana's going to be with Aaron. Kyla's going to be with Liberty. And of course, Shanice is going to be with Christiana. They can't stand each other. And Rio is going to be with Gina. Of course, we already knew that. So, Liberty and Kyla are up first. They are really breezing through this shoot because we pretty much got shots of their head. We didn't get much of their actual photo shoot because from what I seen, Liberty was struggling at first. And so when they start saying, okay, you're doing good, you're going good now, we kept seeing the shots from the right angle. So I really didn't get what Nigel was seeing in his camera. So they did okay, I think. Erin, she looked like she was ready to break during that whole shoot. And she looked super duper old. They have so much bronzer on her skin. I'm not sure why they wanted her to be a chocolate brown, but they have so much bronzer on her skin that it made her look leathery. Y'all know how I'm always talking about how Drew looks leathery with the orangey. Erin looks leathery with all that bronzer on. After they put the spider on her face, she looked a lot better in this shot though. Well, Eva comes over to Gina, to see what's going on with her, let's fill her out. And, Gina over there stressing out, but she's pretty much stressing out pretty much like everybody else is at that same level. But Rio says that Gina is putting on the show and she is so fake. She's so tired of her. She's so over it. When the fuck did all this happen? This was your homegirl just yesterday. She literally just got eliminated yesterday. And now today, she the fakest bitch in the world to you. That is the true definition of a fake bitch. How Rio is acting right now. It's nothing but hate. Nothing but hate. Remember when they did Gina's face up and they had her looking like the Joker from the deck of cards, you know, the almost like the whited out face with the lips. That's exactly what Gina looks like naturally to me. I'm realizing that every time I look at her. They always contour her nose right at the bridge to make her bridge look super small. She already has a small nose, but they contour it a lot to make it a lot smaller. And they always add points to her lips right here. I don't know if it's to try to give her a fuller look or try to give her a look that seems like she's pouting naturally. That's what they use, the little pointy tips there. I forgot what they call them in the beauty world because I'm not a beauty guru. Yeah, so that's what she looked like to me. Rio, same face as always. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Gina had the spider on top of her head like a hat. Of course, they would love that from her. Of course they would. Because, of course, she was the most afraid. You know, cry me a fucking river, Gina. So, the most afraid person was able to put the doggone spider on top of her head. Go, girl. Well, anyway, while they was, but did y'all notice, they brought out Shanice and them next. And while they were putting the spider, or trying to put the spider on Shanice, who was currently freaking out. She's freaking out so bad she was making Eva nervous. When they was trying to put that spider on her, did y'all realize that Miss Thing, Christina, was over there posing, baby? She was like, she was working it when the camera wasn't even ready for her to, just in case Nigel starts snapping her ass. But the thing is, since this is a group photo, Shanice has to give them something or it's going to make the rest of the picture look bad. And yeah, Christina Camato, that girl Camato, I'm just saying, she was a hothead, and you know, but she Camato. So based on the confessionals that they showing us, I'm like, and how much screen time these girls are getting, Rio and Shanice will be the bottom two. Count on it. And just because of the screen time, and they want to replace one bitch with another, Rio is going to leave, and Gina's going to get back in the house. Count on that. So, for me, though, Shanice would have been the one that was going home, and Christina would be the one that would stay. Okay? Now it's time for panel. Shanice and Christina are up first, and oh my God, we are actually getting a judge's discussion. I was so surprised. Christina looked really soft and supple and beautiful in her photo to me. She hit the light right. She had a nice little angle. She was showcasing the jewelry as well. Shanice looked scared. Scared to death. Gina and Rio. Gina, it looked like they airbrushed and photoshopped the fuck out of her face in that shot. Which kind of like, it made her look stunning in the photo, but they photoshopped the hell out of that picture. And Rio looked like Rio. Like I said, she's a pretty girl. That Lil J say she looked like Isis. She does look like Isis. She does, but I think Isis wears it much better. Maybe it's because of Isis' attitude that she wears it much better. Anyway, Kyla and Liberty. I did not like Liberty's face. Something was off with her lips. And that was the last shot that I remember seeing when they showed us her face profile before they started showing us that right angle. And I was like, I'm not liking Liberty in this shot. That's the look that I got from Liberty right there. Kyla kind of reverted back to a youthfulness in her photo, but she looked beautiful. I still don't think Kyla is a model in my opinion, but out of these pictures, I think Kyla was the best one for me. Then Christina and Arian came up next, and Drew said that the picture looked like it belonged in the trash. And I was like, really? Boy, bye. That picture did not look trashy. First he said it was a catalog, then he said it would be in a catalog that he would throw in the trash. And I was like, now Christiana's mouth did look a little tense. It did look a little tense. But it was the same mouth that Liberty gave, the same mouth that Rio gave. Yeah. But trash? Nah, bruh. Nah. Actually, Erin was at her best that I've ever seen her in any photo shoot. On the real. But it still wasn't worthy of a comeback for me. Like I said, we get the judges' discussion, but we only get a half-ass one. Because I was like, I'll be damned. And why was Nigel not on this panel? Nigel should have been on this doggone judging table right here. Well, they thought that Gina came back for Burr, baby. Oh, she was savage. Yeah, okay. And although Rio didn't do her best, her body of work speaks for herself. And I'm like, I wish they would stop lying about her body of work, because it's one note. It's one note. There's not anything changing in Rio other than her outfits and maybe the way she's turning her body. But other than that, Rio was a one-note person. Just, yeah, one note. I did 3. She was one note. Anyway, Christina, they said that, yeah, she came back with a fierceness, but Drew argued that Shanice was so much better and only getting better with time. And I'm sitting here waiting on that time. When is the time that she get better? Is my watch broke? See, they ain't got no faith. Is my watch broke? When is Shanice getting better with time? I don't see it. So like I said, they gave us this half-ass discussion because we didn't hear anything about Erin, Liberty, Christiana, or Kyla. Nothing at all, which tells me they're, at least Christiana and Kyla are safe. That's what they basically told me. So my top of the eliminated would have been Christina of the top pictures. My top of the final was Kyla. Like I said, I thought she did the best out of the final 4. My bottom to go home would have been Shanice. But I have just never seen model in her in any shot. She has some cute faces, but not a model at all to me. In challenges, nothing. In walks, nothing. The girl gives me nothing. And I hate to say it because we have the same first name. Rio is one note as fuck, but she can walk. So that's the only thing she really has one up on as far as Shanice is concerned. So I would keep Rio over Shanice just because of the damn walk, even though I can't stand either one of these little heifer hoes for real. Anyway, they chose the best pick to be Kyla. I agree. Christiana for the second. So my first prediction was right. Rio and Shanice was in the bottom 2. And they sent Rio home. Exchanging one bitch for another because, of course, they kept Gina. I would have to disagree that when they said that Gina's photo was the best photo they've seen the entire cycle. I totally disagree with that. No, it was not the best photo of the entire cycle. Stop. Stop with the lies. Stop with the lies. There was nothing magnificent about that photo that made it the best photo of the entire season, of the entire cycle. It was not. Y'all reaching. The stars are up. Y'all reaching for them. Y'all reaching. But I am glad that they ran through all of Rio's photos at the end. I don't recall them doing it for a lot of the girls. But they ran through all of hers. And I know they did it for some of them, but I don't remember doing it for all of them. And you could clearly see from picture to picture, from video to video, Rio's oneness, her sameness, her inability to not show any variation in her face. You saw it. Same look, different clothes, slight variation to the pose. Even the picture on the bed where they thought that she was so godless, like, it still was the same face, y'all. And then I accidentally caught the preview of next week. Y'all know I hate to see the previews. And Philip Pline is going to be on the judges panel. This is what I'm talking about. They should have had Nigel on the judges panel this week. They're going to have Philip Pline's rude ass on the judges panel next week. And he is the designer on the runway show that I went to. But he was talking about he likes sexy. The runway outfits that I saw was not about sex. So it's going to be interesting to see how they edited this episode to include Philip Pline on this next show. Well, thank y'all for watching. Y'all come back with me next week. I should be here and I should be on time. I'm actually on time today because my voice is almost coming back. But hopefully I'll sound like a woman again next week. Like the video if you haven't already done so. And also the likes help me get seen out here in these YouTube streets, as I keep hearing people call them. And it lets YouTube know that, you know, people are interested in my content. Comment on the videos, because y'all know I like to comment in the comment section. And subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. We will be back next week. Hit the notification bell, because like I said, when all those other top model shows start airing, I'm going to try to be here for them. And then if you're notified, if the notification bell is on, you'll be notified of when those videos post. Peace.